So, what I want to do with this space is to share the stuff that I've been up to, which lately most of what I've been up to is just dealing with the shit going on in my house and stuff. But, like, I share my podcast clips, and eventually I'll start sharing gaming clips again. I have a bunch, I just I haven't been able to push through to set them up to post them because it's like a whole thing, and the ADHD really doesn't like doing it. And I'll never remember to post them if I just have them. Plus, I don't want to deal with like keeping the files on my phone or whatever. Anyway, so like I want to share that stuff, and like when I make things, when I get back to making things. Right now, the only thing I'm making are the hair clips that sell on my shop. But I do eventually want to get back to making things that aren't going to sell, just because I enjoy making them. I'm still working on learning how to not have my feelings hurt that things don't get seen on an algorithm that doesn't like to show me. I mean, it's like I know cognitively the items that I make are not bad. They're not, the right people aren't seeing it, and that's not on me. That's like a failure of the algorithm. Um, and when I'm well enough, I've been saying this for years, but when I'm well enough, I will do in-person events. I really want to do that. I just need things to calm down in my life so that I can rest, get caught up, so that I can expend the energy doing that, because the whole process of preparing for that and doing it and spending all that energy will absolutely wipe me out for a while. And I can't. I don't have the bandwidth. It would make me sick. But I've been trying to learn to find like a balance between the stuff that I really need to get done, like working on the house and getting the air quality stuff figured out, and doing the things for myself. I mean, the air quality stuff is for myself, but it's different, right? I'm fixing somebody else's property so that I feel safe where I live. And all the money and stuff, I'm not getting recouped for that. So it's frustrating, because it's like, oh, I don't have money for this, I don't have money for that. And then for some reason, I'm running up all this fucking debt for this other shit, And I would never run up debt for my stuff, you know? But, so I've been streaming and working on my podcast. I'm recording another episode on Tuesday with one of my clown friends, and I might even do my makeup while we're talking. I haven't done my makeup. It'll be 2 years this October. I don't. Where did the time? The time went to suffering, but so we'll see. And I have the next episode scheduled. I still need to make the clips. Making the clips is a whole thing. It takes me hours to make like 3 or 4 clips. But I do like having them. I like seeing the highlight of the conversation. They always make me smile when I see them, and I hope that the person that was on the episode feels the same, and I hope that occasionally other people watch them and think they're interesting or some relatable or whatever. And then the streaming is just nice because I get to hang out with friends and stuff. And streaming is kind of weird because like it took me years to work up to actually doing it, and I still struggle with getting started because of the imposter syndrome, doubts, insecurities, all of that shit that stops me from doing it for a long time anyways. Like when Twitch first came out, that was like something I was interested in doing, but I was so afraid of just being mistreated because people are so mean to women. And it's a little better, like there's a lot more tolerance for kind of everything in general. Even though there's still shitty people out there, it's easier to find acceptance as well. But it was like I just didn't have the whatever, and I don't know if it's hormones or just kind of at this point in my life where I'm just tired of telling myself no. I was like, I'm going to do this thing. I'm so isolated, and I just like want to be able to talk to my friends, and I want to be able to play games, and it's an easy way for me to make content because I can make gaming clips, shit that I find funny, and I can share them, and nobody sees them, but I think they're funny, so So there's just like all this stuff, you know. I also miss making stuff for my shop a lot. I miss making art, like painting, and that's something that I'm really hoping once all this work is done, that I'll be able to start like making some of the content, like the clowning and puppet stuff, but that I'll also start being able to start painting again. I used to make the content like once a month, once every 6 weeks. I would just make like 50 videos and then 50 of each. So like 50 puppet videos, 50 clown videos. And then I would just post them slowly over time. For a while, I was posting like 3 videos a day, which is a lot. I wouldn't do that again. Nope. And so I would do that. I would spread it out so that I could do all this other stuff because I was so focused on building out my Etsy and stuff because I was like, oh, I need to bring in this money because my friend is helping me out by charging me less rent. So it was like I just wanted to find a way and I wasn't even breaking even at that time. I was using my savings to pay her. So I wanted to break even, and then I wanted to get to the point that I could earn more so I could pay her more. And I only just recently started to realize that I don't have to do that anymore. Like I don't have to work towards pleasing her. There's no one that I'm answerable to except to myself. And I would love to have more money. I would love for the stuff that I'm doing to get homes like you know, my Etsy shop. I would just love to sell stuff so that I could get money back so that I could make more stuff and pay some bills and stuff. But I don't have to do it for that reason. As long as it's self-sustaining, which I get some of that through my Patreon, I think that that's fine, you know? And if it builds into more, cool. But that pressure that I've been putting myself under to perform in a certain way, to succeed in a certain way, I was doing that because I felt guilty and I felt grateful to somebody that was helping me, and then that person turned around completely fucked my life because they resented me without ever telling me that there was a problem. They just let it fester, right? So I'm trying to get my brain to kind of rewire how I'm thinking about that stuff so I can have like a different relationship with the things that I'm doing, and not feel like I'm not doing enough all the time. And I think I'm always going to feel like that a little bit because I've always been like, I've had this pressure from pushing myself to survive and get through things over and over and over again throughout my life that it's really hard for me not to. Plus my brain is really good at like finding things to work on. You know, it's like this ever seeking of stability thing that I don't even think exists for me. Like some people get to have that, but is it even real when everything can just fall apart anyway? But I've never even had the like false security. I've never had the opportunity to believe I got to keep things. Yeah, so I'm very stressed out with everything in the house. There's just like the list of issues is growing faster than I can get things taken care of right now, and it's a lot. And so I'm trying to like sort of like work for an hour or two on that stuff and then go do other stuff instead of totally destroying myself and then taking a year for me to, you know. So I'm gonna keep sharing the stuff I've been sharing, but hopefully I'll be able to share more of the creative stuff and less of the stressful stuff. You know, yeah. I like to think that like even when I'm sharing the stressful stuff, it's not always like a source of negativity, you know, like sometimes it probably is, but I don't, I have no, I'm in a vacuum. I have no fucking idea.